Hello, welcome, welcome. My name is Megan. This is my Flosstube channel, my little corner of YouTube where I talk about all things cross stitch because that's what I like to spend my time and money on. As you can see, I'm in a different location. That is where I usually sit to stitch. This is my work desk, but the light coming in, I think, is like a nice amount of light that I think I can show my projects without needing like the glare of the ring light that I usually have. So now you can see a little bit of my part. Look, I did that. Winter. That's Celtic winter. Is it winter? No. Has she been up for like 2 years? Yes, because I don't have spring framed. So I just kind of bounce between winter and summer because those are the only two that I have framed. Whoops. I put her up there so that I have motivation to like go and get the rest of them framed, and then I just don't do that. So, yeah. You can see the green wall. That's my roommate's plant. I love it. She's a green thumb, so it's really nice because I get to reap the benefits of being surrounded by plant life, but I don't have to do anything. It's lovely. Happy March. It's not March 1st today. Sorry. It is actually April 4th. April 1st. It's not April 1st. It is April 4th. Good grief. But I did not have time to film my March stuff before April 1st. So we're letting it go. So we're filming on the 4th. I'm hopefully uploading on the 4th. Might be the 5th. But the formula remains the same. It's going to be a really quick one, I think. I didn't really stitch on that many projects. I stitched a lot on one and then not really on anything else. So I'll show you my cross-stitch projects. I'll talk plans a little bit. I don't have any haul, and March was not a good reading month for me either, so I don't have much in terms of reading. I can't even remember if I even finished a book. So I'm going to forego the book part because I can't remember. It's been wild. I feel like March just blew by. Like January usually drags and then February is quick in comparison because there's a couple of less days, but it felt like March was only 2 weeks long. So I'm struggling to remember what I did and when. But that's okay. We'll persevere. We will persevere, and I will show you my stitching. The first weekend of March, my mom and I did like a mini cross-stitch retreat. We're going to Stitch North in May. But one day she was like, do you want to just go to do our own little mini retreat? And I said, absolutely. And so we just kind of spent an entire weekend sitting in a really tiny hotel room looking at each other and stitching side by side. It was actually a lot of fun. I love my mother, so anytime I can hang out with her is a good time to me. But because it was the first weekend of the month, and I was trying to grind to make sure that I got this project finished. The only project that I worked on, I think, when we were at the retreat was my focus piece, which is the Sandra Vargas owls. This is Boho Winter. I have the whole series, and I'm trying to get a page finish every quarter for the season owl. So like this is winter. We just finished winter. I wanted to try to get the page finish in winter, and I can say with sheer happiness in my heart that I was able to get the page finish, which also means that it's the row finish. So there he is. I don't think have I ever held these up? I think they're normally in snaps. But there he is. Is he centered? Not even close. That's okay. I'm pretty sure there's 3 inches on this side. Actually, maybe not. It doesn't matter. I don't care. There he is. In all his beautiful, peaky winter glory. I regret from the bottom of my heart stitching the backgrounds. And don't tell my mother, because she's going to be like, well, I told you from the start that you should just stitch the owl. And I really should have just stitched the owl because that is like a page and a half of just background. And so is this. And the next time I pick this up, it's going to be more background. So I really should have just, mothers know best. So he is all done. Well, there's 3 rows total. So I'm 1/3 done this project, which makes me very, very happy. So I've been stitching on him, I think, for 4 years. So I'll be done in 8 more years. Amazing. Except I think I might take a break from these guys next year because I've been pretty focused on getting those done every year. So maybe it would be kind of nice to take a break and focus on something else for a year. I'm still contemplating that, but I think I said the same thing in my last video. I'm just gonna, excuse me while I put him away for storage while I have you. So it's April 4th, and I've already pulled out the spring boho owl to stitch. So I'm sticking with my 50 stitches a day. I think I kind of like that approach. And then, although for this one, I could have stitched him for longer, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to bang him out and get it all done in a weekend so that I can have way more time to stitch other things that I want to stitch. So I'm actually pretty happy that I did that. Squeak, squeak. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Squeak. Hi. Editing Megan popping in really quick because I completely forgot about an entire project. I was uploading it to YouTube and I was like, hello. So I'm just going to insert this wherever it makes the most sense in the video. At the same retreat that I did with my mom for the weekend, I finished the owl and then I went on to stitch my Owl Forest Embroidery Snowy Winter. This one. This place, it is so much nicer sitting here. I'm going to try to remember to sit here every time. So I don't know if you've seen my last videos, you know that like the middle piece, I'm not going to show you on that. The middle section of the pattern was a lot of specialty stitches, and then the rest of it is just cross stitch motifs. So I actually got a pretty healthy chunk done. I don't even remember. This is what it looks like now. So I think the last time you saw it, I had the middle section done, the trees done, this done, and this done. So I stitched the snowman, this like braid here, these birds, this, and this. But that's it. That's the last I'm going to see it this year. So this is also going away. I guess I get to stitch the spring one. So I'm also gonna, when I talk about my plans in like 5 minutes, I'm also stitching this spring project. So I forgot to talk. It's a good thing I caught that. Anyway, this is Owl Forest Embroidery. The floss is variegated. You can see it in the red. So those reds are all the same red for the most part, I think. So it's Owl Forest Embroidery with the call for floss, but of different kind of fabric because I bought 4 of the same fabrics because I'm stitching the 4 different seasons. Good grief. Anyway, back to the regular schedule. I'm going to go out of order a little bit. I'm going to show you, I'll show you this. I didn't really get a lot of progress on this. I just sort of picked it up a couple of days when I was in a lull. This is my beaded embroidery project. And I don't even really... It's hard to... There. That's all I have done. So it's going to be like a lotus flower, which you can't tell from the background. This background or this background. But like, I got to work on some purples, which was really nice. So, we're cruising. This is really addicting, but it's really tough. Like, it's like the fabric is like almost diamond painting canvas thick. And the needles are, they could do some serious damage. And so this is one of those ones where I'll definitely continue to do it because it's kind of a nice change from cross stitch because I love beading. I always have really loved beading. But It's not. It's kind of a nothing. It's kind of a nothing project. I'm certainly never going to hang it on a wall. It's a process piece. But anyway, that's the beaded embroidery thing that I did. I think I only did this for like 2 or 3 days. And then I moved on to bigger and better things. Another goal that I have for myself this year is every weekend that falls closest to the 25th, I stitch on my Christmas piece. Except this month, I think, was a little shifted. When was the 25th? I think it was on like a Wednesday. Well, whatever. I stitched the weekend before the 25th because I had plans the weekend after the 25th. So I did some stitching on my Christmas piece, but I had almost a bad time. I almost pitched this completely, not because of the project, but because I was a bit of a dumb bunny. I had so this is the Christmas mugs by Shannon and Christine Designs, and I had subscribed to the Stitch Along last year where you get one mug every month, and I didn't realize at the time that you had to download them that month, otherwise they go like back to $8. So I hadn't downloaded any of them, and then all of a sudden anyway. I reached out to Shannon. She very kindly sent me all of the mugs that I was due because of the subscription, and then I bought the ones that weren't covered by the subscription. So I had all 12, and then I went to go and load the next one into my pattern keeper to start, and I could find the 4 that I bought, but I couldn't find the 8 that she sent me. And I was just having a time because I was like, I don't want to, like, they're cute, but I'm not spending another $8 per pattern to stitch. And, so I was just having a time, and I talked to my mom. She's like, just email her again. And so I emailed her again, and she very kindly resent me the patterns. So crisis averted, thanks to Mom, because this time I listened to Mom. So I do have all the patterns still, and I saved them all in like 12 different places, so they better be there in a couple of months when I come back around to them. But that's my saga. That was my little saga. So I finished the deer last month, and so now I'm stitching the Santa Claus one. But all I really have is the background and his scarf and some of his beard. And the marshmallows. I like sitting here because I can lean on the desk. Nice. Yeah. So quite a lot for a weekend, actually. Like, that's pretty good. I think I did about the same amount for the deer the first weekend that I stitched it. Maybe I did a little bit more on the deer. But yeah. Coming right along. So I stitched this on 2 or 3 days. The Friday, the Saturday. I can't remember if I stitched it on the Friday. But I really like that. That's really the only Christmas piece that I've ever really been drawn to. So I was actually kind of devastated when I was thinking I was going to have to pitch it. But then Mom came to the rescue with her geniusness. And this is in a samply stitched bag. Cousin Jen, as I smack myself with this tag. Cousin Jen. Such a beautiful bag. She's going to Stitch North as well. I think the same weekend that I am, so I'm saving up for a couple more bags from her because I really like her fabric choices. I have only one left, and it's only been 11 minutes. I have only one left. That's kind of embarrassing. Okay. I stitched a lot. I just stitched mostly on this. So the piece that I decided to spend the most time with in March was my stitching shelf by Aimee Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I finished, so I started in the bottom right corner, like the opposite of what you usually do. So I started in the bottom right because I wanted to stitch the seasons up. So I wanted to start in winter and then stitch up to summer. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I'm filming this after work and my brain is fried. The way that I have my pattern, okay, I got it. I found it again. The way that I have my fabric gridded and the chunks that I'm focusing on at a time are a page wide and a shelf tall. So like I'm stitching all of fall in the shelf for a page. So this is more than a page. This is exactly a page. So I probably got, I finished probably about maybe 1 and a bit pages this way and then 1 page that way. But I was doing really well and I was kind of coming up really close to the end of the fall page. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to focus on this. And so I managed to get it done, but it's in the Q-snap and I want to show you it for real. I'm going to take it out. Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. How are you? Did you have a good winter? Wherever you are, is it nice? It was not nice here. March was a bit of a wild ride in Ontario, gotta say. Oops. Okay, so this is the section that I finished. Oh, it's so nice to see it out of the, move that out of the way. Q-snap. So that is the part that I finished. This I think from about here. Yeah, no, that's not right. From maybe about here. So like this is the tiny little amount of page at the end of the pattern, and that's what I stitched first all the way up. And so then this is the first like full page of fall. Doesn't that look so nice? Ugh. It's such a pain in the butt when you get started, and then I got a lady. I also have a lady here. This is a lady's hand. She's not giving you the finger, even though that is kind of what it looks like. She's pulling her thread. So there's winter and fall. And then I cracked into spring. I cracked into summer there. And I accidentally am color completing, which is not how I normally stitch HAED, so I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing it this way. Normally I grid the whole page with silky thread, and then I go up and down. I go up and down and up and down and up and down and pick up my parking and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole process, and I enjoy stitching that way. But then all of a sudden I was like, I picked up 310 because I thought I'll start with 310. And then I just kind of stitched all of 310 on the page. I don't know what I was doing. And then I was like, interesting. So I reorganized my pattern keeper so it shows you like the most stitches down to the least amount of stitches. And so I've been color completing this page based on number of stitches in the pattern, which I don't think I'll be able to do that for the whole time. I'll eventually have to switch back to the up and down, because once it gets confetti heavy, I don't think that'll be worthwhile. But pretty good. There's is the lady in here yet? I don't know. This is kind of a table, and I can't remember if she's sitting here or if she's sitting here, but there's another human in this vicinity. And then like obviously this fan, but it's coming. And then this is the shelf. So like this is the end of summer. So then after I finish this, I'll finish spring. Yeah. Okay. How much do I have left? A lot. It's fine. It's fine. You know? It's a peaceful, calming hobby. It's super duper great. We love that. We love that. So that is it. That's kind of all I have, and it was only 20 minutes. So I'm 3 days late and like a third of the length that I normally am. Sorry. I guess I'll do plans. My plans are to stitch 50 stitches a day on Spring Boho Owl. I'm going to obviously stitch my mugs on whatever weekend falls closer to the 25th. And I think I'm going to swap out this HAED for my June Blooms HAED because I haven't seen her in a while and I miss her. Yeah. I bought a new HAED. I have two HAEDs that I want to start. I have two HAEDs that are going, and I have two HAEDs that I would like to start. And now I have a problem because I don't have. Well, actually, if I don't do my owls next year, maybe 2027 or 2027. Good Lord, 2026 can just be the year of HAEDs. We could do that, no problem. But yeah, I think April's gonna be an okay month for stitching. I started school again. I'm going to school to become a payroll professional, and there's 3 courses and I've done 1, so I'm starting on the 2nd course. So I do have additional stuff to do in the month, but I think for the most part, I'm good. I guess actually though, I might not see you until after Stitch North. Unless I stay. Ooh. I do have time to film on the 1st of May. So either I'll see you right before Stitch North or I won't see you until after Stitch North. Who knows? Who knows? It's hard to say. But I hope everything is going well. So I'm in a spinny chair and that's very dangerous for me. As you can tell, I like to spin. Whee. I hope everybody has a lovely April. My mom's birthday is on Monday. Happy birthday, memes. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else going on. Oh, Easter. Happy Easter. What else is happening in April? That's it. That's it for me, at least. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys, I hope the weather gets better, because this is crazy. You know what? I'm going to cut it off, because otherwise I'm just going to keep babbling until I fill up an hour somehow. So thank you for tuning in. I hope I have more stitching done for April. I doubt it, though. But we'll see. Take care, and I will see you guys in a month.